Morning, everybody. Morning, morning. Morning, everybody. Mm-mm. All right, now the feedback's gone. Good morning, whoever's in here. I see two. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Lynn. How you doing this morning? Let's see. I just see Lynn right now. Good morning, Jen. Well, I'm doing okay this morning, I guess. We've had a little bit of a cool down in Georgia. It was really cool this morning. Jen and Lynn. What's the temperature there, Lynn? 46. It was 44, I think, here this morning. So this fire feels good this morning. The sun's starting to peep out here, though. I see 6 on YouTube. How's everybody doing this morning? Who's here that isn't speaking? We got Jeanne and Lynn. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Lynn says it's 42 where she's at. Of course, we may be in different time zones, too. So I got to remember that because the sun's coming out bright here, whereas before, depending on where you are, you guys might not have daylight yet. So that's what that comes down to. Well, we had 4, we had 6, now we're down to 4. Now, it wasn't that bad here yesterday. It was, I think, 71, 72 all day. Nice breeze. But I'm like Daddy. My dad said that breeze was kind of cool all day yesterday. I kept my jacket on. Nebraska. Wow, you guys. Yeah. What time is it there, Lynn? Good morning, Wilma. How you doing? We enjoying the fire this morning. Hold on and I'll add some wood to it, y'all. A little bit anyway. Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's 8:20 there. Okay, so you're an hour behind me because it's 9:20 here. Wilma says, doing good, trying to adjust to this cold weather, getting coffee ready. Hope you and how are you and the boys doing? We're all right, I reckon. We're making it anyway. Making it. We're back up to 6. Everybody hit that like button for me. StreamYard showing 8. So YouTube's lagging. Kids are all out of school next week, so we won't be doing lives like normal, because the kids will be home. So I normally, if I go live with the kids, it's early in the morning. Whew. I'm still drinking a little coffee. I got some left in my thermos, not much. When it's gone, I got my tea for backup, so I'm good. The kids are out for fall break. Who else has got kids out at this time of the year? Or is it just us? GN has a cow named Wilma. Now that's hilarious. Yep, I figured they were. The state of Georgia, just like everybody else, tries to keep everything uniforms, but I guess everybody is on the same schedule. They'll be out Monday through Friday, and then when the next weekend passes, they'll go back to school. So, and then we'll have about 2.5 weeks before the Florida trip. A cow named Wilma. That's a trip. You always hear people that names their animals, they can't butcher them when it's time. So, when my uncle and them had a farm, I don't think they ever named anything. We still got kindling in there, but most of it's propped up on the side of the rim, so the fire ain't as big, but it sure does feel good. I was hoping my mom would come and sit with me, so I put her a chair out here, but she's probably in the house doing what she does. Took me a while to get the fire started this morning. I had to go back twice and reset it as far as the way I had it set up, and that's unusual for me. Usually I can do pretty good when I have my fat lighter in there, but it wasn't wanting to start this morning. Jeanne says she will not get butchered for quite a while. She was born in 2021. Yeah, but how can you name cows and then butcher them? That's terrible. That indicates it's a pet and not an animal. I have to do that even with Dad's deer. It don't take long to get attached to something, especially rut. She is registered. What does that mean? How do you register a cow? I'm just curious. I mean, what does it mean if she's registered? Now, I've heard dogs being registered and cats and things of that nature, purebreds or whatever, but never heard of registering cows. So you can enlighten me a little bit on that this morning. (2021, 22, 23). She's 2 years old. Oh, she's got papers. Okay. Huh. What kind of cow do you have, GN? Like down here, we have dairy cows, like milk cows, not beef cows. Wow, she's got papers. A cow with papers. Who would have thunk it? Limousine beef. Oh, okay. So she is a beef cow. Okay. That's cool. You learn something new every day. Let's see. Let me see what a limousine cow looks like. This is what a limousine cow looks like, y'all. Big old brown cow. That's it. I've never heard of a limousine cow. That's cool. Cool. Oh, they're black too? So is yours black or is yours brown? Oh, okay. You have mostly black. All right. I've heard of a Holstein. I've heard of, let's see. Let me think. What kind of cows do y'all know about? I know a Holstein, dairy cows. Um, some bulls throw red and black. Hmm. Angus. Yeah. Angus cows. True, true. Now the smoke's trying to come right back in my face. We got a little more fire coming up. I added some smaller sticks and stuff to it to get it to catch this morning. Angus, Charles, Hereford. Never heard of well, Angus I know, but the other two I don't. Never heard of them. Getting an education on cows this morning. So, GN, is cows all y'all have, or do y'all have other stuff on your farm? Cows. Just cows. Okay, well, hey, it's like our neighbors has got chickens, so they have fresh hen eggs all the time. And if you've ever used a fresh hemp, like I guess what they would call free range chickens, or chickens that are being used and grown on site on your house. Cows are a lot of work. Having a farm is a lot of work. They got so many stipulations and stuff on farmers now that they just about can't. That's what happened in Eatonton. Eatonton was known at one time as the dairy capital of the world. I promise you, we had everybody down here had milk cows, and there were a bunch of farms out here. And because of the way that they did the farmers and all the regulations and all of this stuff, a lot of people had to sell their farms. Now there's very few of them left, just not that many of them. There was only a handful of people that was able to afford to keep their farms open. And when that's all you've known most of your life and is dealing with the cows and making sure that the dairies and all have milk and things of that nature, then when you come in and start changing the regulations and nobody can afford to keep the cows anymore, then that becomes a problem. So that's what happened here. And when you ride by now, a lot of the dairies that used to be there are just empty. There's nothing there. We got one right down the road from us called Keys Dairy. They stayed in business. That's one of the few that did. So Keys is a pretty big dairy too, and that my dad used to say when he picked up milk for a living, he used to say that that was the cleanest barn that he ever picked up milk at. That they never had to worry about the milk. So, and there's a lot of regulations on milk too. It has to be a certain temperature, and it's got to be. It can't have anything in it, and they can't get milk out of a cow that's had antibiotics recently, and all this other stuff. Never heard of those cows either. Hmm. Uh, how do you even pronounce that? Guernsey cow? Oh, and another type of cow is Jersey cows. There's Jersey cows because I've heard of Jersey cows. Ah, that fire's catching up now. Feels good out here this morning by the fire. I like a fire anyway. It's just it's a it's an ambience thing I think more than anything. But I love coming out here and it being cold enough that you can sit out here by the fire and stay warm. The kids will be in the house watching cartoons and stuff, but shoot, me, I'd rather sit by the fire. We had to get out here and move a whole bunch of wood this morning. We had to rake some leaves up. We had to get the fire pit to where it wouldn't catch the leaves on fire if something fell out. A couple of nights ago, I had that happen. And just lucky for me, I was still sitting out here. She wants a mini cow. Good morning, Slim. Well, when I come to her house, she'll have a mini cow. There you go. When I get to Florida, y'all have a mini cow for the week that I'm there. Need some short wood this morning. right in my face. Guy down the road closed his dairy, and an Amish couple worked out a deal to use his facility. That's cool. You know, the Amish don't really. Good morning, Aletta. 39 degrees. Aletta, remind me again where you're at. Ooh, that's cold. I thought it was cold here this morning. But I think it's more of a shock to the system because, like, what was it? Not even, I wouldn't say even a week ago, we were having, it was upper 70s, mid 80s weather. And then I was telling my mom about probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that what we were going to do was have a cold snap. I knew it was coming. And because it was cooling off too quickly. August usually is the hottest month in Georgia. And we had a very mild August compared to what we normally have. So I was expecting it to get cool quick. Rumor has it, everybody's talking that we're going to have a rough winter this year all over the U.S. and probably the world too. I mean, it's supposed to get rough. You guys see my freedom hat? Don't you like my freedom bugging? Tennessee, 20 miles north of Nashville. Oh man, that's right. I knew somebody in here was in Tennessee. I miss Tennessee so bad. Aletta, how far are you from the Ocoee River? Nashville. So you grew up in the country music capital of the world. Count your morning frogs for prediction. What does counting frogs have to do with the weather? Now y'all can see the fire. Frogs. I figured that's what you were talking about. And I didn't even notice that you misspelled it because I'm a good distance from the backup phone. So I didn't even realize you hadn't put the R in it. Oh, she said fogs. Okay, I got you. So you grew up in a farm, on a farm. What kind of animals did y'all have on your farm, Aletta? Southern Indiana. Well, what brought you to Tennessee? If you started out in Indiana, what brought you to Tennessee? And Aletta, you were close enough to be at the Florida meet and greet. Don't you want to drive down and meet some of the Patriots? I'm going to be there. Slim's going to be there. Charlene's going to be there. Carrie's Musings is supposed to be there. C4 is supposed to be there. Aruba Dive Girl is going to be there. And I know I'm missing somebody. I can't figure out who I'm missing, but I'm missing somebody. And see, that's one thing about living on the lake like we do. What does the morning fog have to do with cold weather? She will explain. Even colder there, and we did not have but one stove in the living room. No heat in bedrooms. It was cold. That's the way I grew up. We had wood burning stoves, and my aunt would get up real early in the morning. She'd light the fire and start getting the kitchen warm. And once the kitchen got warm, she'd open up a big old drape that she had that blocked the kitchen from everything else and warm the rest of the house up. So, but we grew up using wood burning stoves where we had wood always. So burning a fire is just something I'm used to being around. Let's see. And yeah, when you get up in the morning and run into the kitchen where your aunt's cooking at, and that's the only place in the whole house that's warm, that's where you go. She'd get up real early and start cooking breakfast. And see, the thing with her is especially during the hunting seasons of the year, there is no telling how many people would be piled up at that woman's house. Jeanne says, it predicts how many snowstorms you have. My woolly worms are brown and black. Whirly worms. Woolly worms. All right, Jeanne, what is a woolly worm? Are you talking about them little fuzzy worms like I have on the shorts in on my page, or are you talking about a different type of worms? Well, you can go by the lake sometimes, and the water will be warmer than the atmosphere, and there'll be a thick blanket of fog on the lake. Aleta says, Ocoee River, about 3 hours away, other side of Chattanooga. Right, right. And I've rafted that river, I think, 4 times, and loved it every single time. The first time I went up there to go rafting on the Ocoee, though, I was scared out of my mind. And that's just something that I'm not afraid of usually, is water, because that's one thing my dad made sure I could swim at a very young age. So I always respected water. I was never afraid of it. But when I got down there to the when I got up there to the Ocoee and actually saw how swift that water was moving, it got me a little nervous. I was just like, I'm going to drown up here, man. A bushy worm. Hold on, I got to look that up. All right, woolly worms. Let's see what a woolly worm is, y'all. A woolly worm. Oh, they're pretty though. Hold on, guys. I'll pull it up. Look at that. Looks like a. Wow. This is a woolly worm, y'all. According to Google Images. Aletta, come on. Looks like a cow ant, but different. Same colors as a cow ant. Red and black. They have red and black, brown and black, solid black. Cool. I learn something new every day. I'm a biology major, and I never heard of that. And the technical term for the woolly worm is Isabella tiger moth. Their common name is probably woolly worm, but they are called Isabella tiger moths. Cool. Learn something new every day. Let's see. The letter says I'm not a water person, and see, I am. I'm a water bug. I've been a water bug since I was young. Lots of snow. Does the Ocoee River ever freeze up there because of how cold it gets? I've always been curious about that. Does it get cold enough in Tennessee to make it freeze? It probably won't freeze though, because it's constantly moving. I've heard running water doesn't freeze or something. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. So, Aletta, would you fly somewhere? You said that you want to keep your feet on the ground. I bet you won't take a plane. And Leda, look on your Google Maps and see how far Palm Bay, Florida is from you. It can't be too bad. It can't be much worse than it is to me, because we are like an hour from Atlanta, an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. It's not very far to Atlanta from here. It don't take very long for us to get to the airport or nothing. You get to the airport before you get into downtown Atlanta good. So that's the good thing about going to the airport up there. You don't have to drive through the city of Atlanta to get to it. But you know, the Hartsville is kind of like its own. It's kind of like its own city near about it. When you pull in there, it's like pulling into a military base. You see a big old sign that says Atlanta Hartsville Airport, and then there's all these buildings and hangars and stuff. That's all you see. Aletta says, I keep my granddaughter when the parents work, even on the weekends. Huh. Well, my kids are coming with me. We're going up there for the weekend, and I'm staying a little longer than a weekend, but the kids are coming with us, and they'll be. I'm bringing my two boys. I'm done living. I'm done not being able to live my life because of the kids. I'm just not going to do it no more. So, hey Tracy, how you doing this morning? Got to have some more small sticks, y'all. How's your weekend been, Miss Tracy? Anything interesting and new? Ugh. Shoot. Smoke went right in my face. So how was Miss Jen this morning? Aletta says, the older I get, the more homebody I get. I love being at my home with family, Patriot family included. Well, yeah, a lot of people are like that. I guess there's so much of the United States that I want to see. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday on the phone, and we've been friends for about 12 years. And she reminded me, she said, as long as I've known you, you've wanted to travel. And I said, well, there's so many amazing things that I want to see before I leave this world. Aletta says, I love the fire in the fall. We have a fire pit Friday night. Granddaughter loves that. I like the smell of fire, like the campfire, like when you burn a fire, the way your clothes and all smell afterwards. It lingers into your clothes. It don't bother me a bit. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. I've always liked the smell. Yeah, I got it pretty well stacked this morning. I'm trying to keep little limbs underneath it that'll catch pretty easy and drier, and then we've got the heavier wood on top. So, just to keep a flame going. And it's still cool out here this morning. Let's see, it's 53. My phone says it's 53 out here. Yeah, agree. The fire smoke reminds me of home growing up. That's the way and it's always been a pleasant smell to me. It doesn't bother me. Some people it does, some people it don't. Um, that's like my dad. He was going to give me a jacket the other day. He said, the only thing is you can't wear it near the fire. And I'm like, that ain't ever going to happen. I'll be done it, not thought about it, not even doing it intentionally. But, he don't want them to smell like smoke. So I've got this little thin one, but it's holding me okay with the fire right next to me like it is. This morning when we woke up, it was pretty cool out here. Them dry limbs that we put on here, they catch up pretty quick, and when they do, they'll bring the heat. So I always loved the way a fire smelled. Now, what I haven't done in my time is been to like a really big bonfire. Yeah, my scarf is in Burleson. I was so limited on room that I had to be real picky about what I put in the suitcase. It's gonna be the same way when I go to see Charlene and Slim. The suitcase can't be over 40 pounds. So all of the clothes will go in there. We'll pack the backpacks with everything else. Anything heavy will go in a backpack. So, yep, Deuce now has 2 of them. He has 2 scarves. I'm not big on wearing scarves anyway. I only got those because they were red, white, and blue, and they were made by the Patriot family, which was really awesome. They were really soft. Wool scarves, wool I don't do. I just don't like wool. I don't like to wear it. I don't want it next to my skin. I just don't like the feel of it. It's rough and it's itchy and it's just not comfortable. Whereas you can wear something flannel, and flannel's real soft. Good morning, Nina. It is cold in Maryland. It was 44 when I woke up this morning here. I think I'm going to have to move, y'all. The smoke's going right in my face. When you're trying to grab just a little bit of stuff to make sure that you can make it through the summer and the winter, and you got to make sure that what you have, because you also got to pack. I also had to pack the boys, made by Jamie Crow. It was so soft. I'll have to get another one and have it sit here. Jamie's yarn is so soft. I wonder if that's the same yarn that she made the American flag out of. If it was the same type of yarn. What you up to, Miss Nina? How was your morning going so far? What's Mr. Scott up to? We got 14 in chat. That's crazy at this hour of the morning. I'm surprised we have so many. I don't mind putting a boggin on my head, especially when I have a bad hair day like this morning. I think I've decided I'm going to cut it. I am not good. The stage it's in right now is the most aggravating thing I have ever seen. I cannot stand it when you wake up and your hair's all over your head. That's one thing I enjoy about having my hair short. All I have to do to style it is run my fingers through it and walk off. No, I haven't seen Max reading his book. I go to bed pretty early with the chickens. Lee Bart, good morning. Good morning. How you doing? I think we lose one and gain one because we're still at 14. What's the temperature, Lee Bart, where you are? And Nina says, I was up all night with heartburn. He's getting ready for church. Are you going to church this morning, Nina? Are you listening to me instead? Shame on you. Aiden and Grandpa. Hi, Third. Good morning. We ain't seen you in a while. 54. It's 53 here now. It was 44 when I got up this morning. So it's warmed up 10 degrees. But the sun's out, so it doesn't surprise me. And I don't know what the high is today, but it's probably not going to be. Because, see, yesterday afternoon when I got ready to go come into the building and get nestled down for the night, the high wasn't supposed to be but like, the low wasn't supposed to be but like 67. And during the night, they changed that mess. And I walked up on the front porch with Dad this morning and I told him, I said, I thought it wasn't supposed to be cold this morning. Daddy said they changed it last night. And I was like, that is messed up. We woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and it was ice cold in our house. We were like, wow. But we were also expecting it to be 68 degrees all night. So we had the window open. And then Chris woke me up at probably 2:30, 3 o'clock and told me, he said, Mom, it is freezing in here. And I told him, I said, close the window. He said, can I turn the heat on? I was like, nope. I was like, just get back under your cover. I said, we'll warm the building up in the morning. I was like, there ain't no sense in having that heat on while we sleep because we've got layers of cover we can put on us to stay warm. I said, we need the heat in the morning when we get up. So, now when we start having days where it stays 40 and 50 degrees all day. Oh, okay. Well, it was cool here too. It was, and it's like that. My dad was saying, he said that it takes him forever to get used to it. The first couple of days that it's cold, it takes him a while to adjust because our weather's so wonky here. I mean, it's like I was telling the chat, we've had days where we were in the lower 80s, but it was a pleasant 80 degrees. It wasn't humid. It was real nice. There was a breeze. Yesterday, I believe the high was about 72, 73, something like that. And we had a beautiful breeze out here. I kept my jacket on almost all day because that wind would bite you. He was getting some heat for the book. And I don't think even if I read it, I thought about getting it and reading it live to the chat. But most of the people that's in it, I'm afraid that I wouldn't know. I may know them by face, but I wouldn't like there's just like I can't remember if it was GN or somebody said they sent me a message on Facebook so that I could get everybody situated and straight because your name on Facebook is different than your YouTube name and it throws me off. I can't connect them like everybody else does. But yeah, anytime you write a book about something like the movement, there's going to be people that's not happy when it's all said and done. So it was somebody. I don't know who it was now. I'd have to go back and look at my messenger, but it's not a big deal. But that person heard what I said on the live stream about being able to connect the dots. Okay, that's like an Italian Princess. Italian Princess's profile on YouTube is completely separate and different, but she's got her same Italian Princess icon up there, so she's easy to trace. He told the truth. I don't know. I haven't read the book. Oh, you have the book and you read a few chapters so far. Cool. Leave Art, if you'll send me your book, I'll read it live. I looked at how much it costs. It's pretty expensive. Being that I haven't read it, I can't say one way or the other what's in it. I just know that a lot of feathers have been ruffled because of it. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to buy the book. But I wouldn't mind reading it aloud to the entire chat. That would be pretty cool. If you guys have a YouTube channel, which if you're on YouTube, you do, because you're watching the live stream, you guys need to check out a guy called In the Rabbit Hole. That's the channel name, In the Rabbit Hole. Maybe Third can get a link for it real quick. If you guys, some of the stuff he's got on there is pretty cool stuff. It'll change the way you look at the world around you. I'll put it to you that way. Now, some of the stuff that he has on there, I don't agree with everything that he says, but some of it he's on the right mark. So I spent most of yesterday, because I've got a backup channel on Getter, and I've been working on that Getter channel, because whereas I can only put so much on YouTube, I can put whatever I want to on Getter. In the Rabbit Hole. It's either in the rabbit hole or down the rabbit hole, but you will see it. You'll know it because it's got a black rabbit on it. Like from the head up. That's okay, no problem. In the Rabbit Hole is a good channel to watch on YouTube. He's got a lot of, like I said, he's got a lot of interesting stuff on it. So he's also it's a channel that you can watch the videos, but I think it's a $3.99 subscription. And one of these days I might try to get it. But right now he's got enough content on there with what he's got that you can watch without having to pay for the subscription. So far I haven't done it. But it's a pretty cool channel. He's got a lot of interesting stuff on there. A lot of things about our history that he sees differently than what the history books state. And, you know, he's got stuff on there about the World War II. I'll click on it and see if that's the one. Yep, that's the one. That's it. And I watched about 5 or 6 of his videos yesterday, so that's him. You got it right. You got it right. You got it right. Now, why aren't you flipping over? There it goes. I don't want it like that. Jeanne says, I watched the truckers in Canada, and then it took me to our truckers, and on to the mall. I was always watching. I watched Ottawa too, and Ottawa got it done. I don't understand why everybody's so critical of them. You know, you live in a dictatorship when you can park your trucks right in front of the Parliament building and they still don't come out and talk to you. So, oh, Third, do you like it? Oh, you do like it. That is good. There's a bunch of them too. It's not just Adventures with Purpose. They've got Exploring with Nug. He's another one. Josh Cantu is another one. Sunshine State Sonar is another one. Oh, I'm glad you like it. There are so many affiliate channels that you can check into too that work with him. And Adventures with Purpose is really cool because, you know, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Up until the point where they started being able to ping cell phones. But if they ping your cell phone and you go missing, they can use that cell phone location to kind of figure out where the last place you were was. And then the way Adventures with Purpose does it is if you disappear and you disappear with your vehicle and they never find either you or the vehicle, then there's a good chance that you're probably underwater somewhere. And so they go, like, they do a 5-mile radius of their last location. The only time that they've had problems with it outside of that is if the case is more than, I'd say, 20 years old. And their very first case they solved was, I think, a 35-year-old case. So it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, if you look in Adventures with Purposes links, you will find a lot of the affiliates there. So I've been watching it for 3 years now, I think, give or take. And it's a good little channel to watch. Lee says, in my opinion, he is telling from his perspective, and I don't really see him attacking people for no reason, and probably isn't. I haven't read the book yet, so I can't really assume anything at this point, but it makes perfect sense what you're saying, Lee, because any story that you write, if it's factual, if you were there, you're going to write it only from your perspective. So like I said, maybe either I'll either break down and buy a copy of the book, or somebody's got it and they want me to read it to the chat. If you'll send it to me, I'll do it, and then I'll send it back to you. I don't want to keep it. I just want to read it. But I'm building up my Get Her Backup channel, because when Facebook goes down, I want to have, or Facebook, when YouTube goes down, I want to have something in place where all of my videos and stuff are stored. But StreamYard, because I pay for the subscription, they keep my videos as well. They keep a backup of them. And so if I ever had to start a new page, I could still reload all my stuff, which would be pretty cool. And I'd be able to put it all back on there. But hell, if I get booted out of YouTube, they probably won't ever let me open up another channel. So we'll see. And we are at 382 subscribers on this channel, y'all. We are getting very, very close. Let me see. Let me make sure that that's right. Yeah, 382. That's how many subscribers we have. He went with Grandpa somewhere. I don't know. I don't ask that man where he's going every time he leaves the house. I think DOA had a crush on Crystal when they were at the large parking lot. He begged her to get her boys and go home. It was intense, but very caring. She should have gone home. Well, I mean, we can't really say what she should have done and what she shouldn't have done. I don't think so. What?
This show is cringe. It's for like 5-year-olds, and I'm not.
Yeah, that's what your brother said, but y'all used to watch that mess. So
yeah, and also, Mom, I'm almost 14. He's almost 13.
So are you out of
Cartoon Network is satanic. Just
everything you watch is everything.
Please?
You you asked.
I'm gonna make some of this then.
No, you can't turn the microwave on in there because it's already it's already killed the lights.
I'm willing to risk it.
You're not, because Grandpa's not here to fix it. You know, that's just like, if you really want to think about it, as far as the comment about Crystal, I had people telling me, and my dad was one of them, you don't need to be up there in the middle of all that stuff. You could get arrested and go to jail, and then you got 2 kids and yada yada. And yeah, I understood the standpoint, but I will never regret going to the lawn. It was most definitely a very interesting experience, for sure. So I was surprised about what he read. I gotta wait on it to get out from behind the Hartley to see it all. Carol says you're supposed to be able to see through that thing, but I haven't gotten it to where I can see through it. Yeah, it just pulls up a menu that even further blocks it. That part shocked me. Okay. So, I haven't heard any of it. I'll have to go back and take a look. I'll have to go back and take a look. Either get the book and read it to the chat, or figure out something else I can do. They have an ebook online, but I don't know. To me, and it may just be me, but I don't want to read a book on my computer. I just don't. I don't want to read a book on a laptop or a tablet or anything. I want to read an actual book. I'm just one of those people. I like real books. And I ain't never been one to like try to have online books and stuff like that and e-readers and all these things. No, it's not my thing. Because like if you go on an airplane, which we'll be doing in a couple of weeks, if you go on an airplane and you are on the plane, most of your planes don't have Wi-Fi, and if they do, they make you pay for it. And so you ain't gonna be able to read on the plane, but if you got a book, you can. Is there any way to get rid of the stupid heart? What's it for? It's for the chat to show love to the channel. You can hit it and it puts hearts on the screen and they float up. And I wouldn't be surprised if it helps you also be visible on the live feed too. So it just depends on how you look at it. But it does get in the way with the chat. And I love to read. I've got, I think, 7 books in there I haven't read yet. And I'm going to make sure when I go to Florida that when we go to get on the plane that I have a book with me. And Chris is getting big into reading too, so he's getting to where he's always in a book. The only one so far that doesn't like to read is Aiden. But then Aiden got jealous because he was like, "You keep buying Christopher books and you keep getting books and you're not buying me any books." So I got him and I told him, I said, "Aiden, you're just not a reader. You don't like to read." And I said, "And if you don't like to read, there ain't no sense in spending money on books for you." So I broke down. I had 2 99-cent. That's what's wonderful about thrift books. Number one, the books are way cheaper than they are on the store shelves. And third, if you could do that one more time, put thriftbooks.com in the link on the chat, because if you guys like to read, this is the way to go. And a lot of their books are $3 and $4. And if you got a rare book that you want, like I'm looking for a book called The Presley Arrangement, and it is like illegal to have it in the state of the United States. They barred it and banned it from the US, and finding a copy of it is not easy. And there's 10 people ahead of me for the book. But when it becomes available, they'll send me a notification saying that a copy of it is available, and I can go in there and grab it real quick. So it's not expensive. It's just a hard book to get your hands on. Now, that's a book I would like to read to the chat. I'm going to have to move to the other side. Oh, man, the smoke is killing me. It keeps moving. So, and now it's blowing right in my face. And I mean, it's blowing right in my face. So I'm going to snuggle up to it this way. I'm going to move my chat. Now y'all can see me in chat. I'm not worried about that as much. Okay. Now. Don't do it. Oh, man. I moved and it came over here. Ooh. Now it's blowing back the way it had been. Good morning, Hot Damn. She says, smoke follows beauty. Good morning. That's why it's going the other direction. It is trying to follow me, though. It's crazy. But yeah, I like a good book, especially one that you get into that you can't put down. That's the best read right there. When you got one that's that interesting that you don't want to put it down. So I get it. Yeah, it followed me. It's coming right back at me now. I got my chair and moved it, and I'd be dadgum if it didn't shift the way the wind started shifting, and it's blowing it right in my face. Now I'm out of it. Now watch, it's going to shift again. So we got 20 in chat this morning. That's unreal. How's everybody doing this morning? What was the temperature? If you've already told me don't put it back in there, what was the temperature when you woke up this morning at home? Most people that was on here was in the 40s. Trying to stay out of the wind. I think I'll pack my boggin when I go to Charlene's, because you don't ever know. Be my luck, I'll go down there and have nothing but light stuff, and it'll wind up being cold. Good morning, Charlene. Oh no. It did it again. Darn. I've been listening. Hold on. I've been listening. We lost another chicken last night. Mama's in a mood. And I got my little Rosie. I love you all. And it's 68 here. It's 50, looks like 4 here. So your mom's in one of her moods this morning. She giving you a hard time, Charlene? Good morning, Miss Kathy. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We got 21 in chat. That's awesome. Gotta love the fire pit. But no, I just came live for a few minutes to say good morning to everybody and see what everybody was up to and have my last bit of coffee with y'all. I've been up, I think, since 6. I was laying in bed awake before 6 o'clock. I was just waiting on my dad to call me and tell me he was up. I didn't want to venture out from under the covers because it was so cool this morning in our little mini apartment, so I was freezing to death, and that cover felt good. But one reason it got so cold in there last night is because we left the window open, but we thought it was going to be 68 degrees last night too, and it wasn't. We woke up this morning and it was 44. Dang. If I sit behind the pit, I'm not going to be able to see the chat. Dang, the smoke's killing me. The wind can't make up its mind which way it wants to blow this morning. And it's blowing right. And it don't matter where I move, it keeps following me, so it's driving me nuts. And it's burning the hell out of my eyes. Hot damn says she woke up late. As long as I got teenagers in my house, there ain't no such thing as sleeping late. They have to get up for school and everything else, so. The letter says rearrange the logs. It may change the direction of the smoke. Well, I'll see what I can do. Ooh, it's a little on the warm side. We'll see what happens. Tracy says it's 63 and feels great outside. Get goggles. No, I'm not going to sit here with goggles on while the fire pit's going. I finished my coffee. Gone. So that was the goal. Was to finish my cup of coffee this morning with y'all. Now it's blowing the opposite direction. So that's good. It feels good out here though. It ain't quite made it to 63 yet here. But you're, Tracy, you're in Texas, so I'm glad. I bet you guys are glad to see some cooler weather. Because Texas stayed hot up until, what, just a couple weeks ago? And I'm talking about Texas went through, it was in the triple digits in Texas for 2 months straight. Good morning, Carol. How are you this morning, sweetheart? We've been live over an hour. I can't believe that. Time goes by so fast when you have the live stream going. We're gonna get out here one night. I can't give you an exact date because it just depends on the way things go, but I probably won't be able to do it till not this coming weekend coming up, but the following weekend, because I got to go and get all the stuff. Yep, we had to put some heat on this morning too. You know, I would have been curious to see how cool it got this morning, how cool it was in the building. 119 days of triple digits, 90 plus. Okay. It was already in triple digits when I left. Whew, it was out of town for, I was out of town for my goddaughter's wedding. Aw, how did the wedding go? Charlene, the extended forecast on my app is like 3 days. And Mama says I need to actually download AccuWeather, which I could do. But I'm going to wait until it gets a little bit closer to time for us to go to Florida before I do. I'm definitely going to have it on my phone before I pack to see what the weather's going to do. There could be a 15 to 20 degree difference between Florida and our house, and we're right above Florida. So it's just, that water makes a big difference. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Old barn wedding. Oh, that's the best way to do it. Let's see. I'm waiting on your chat. There it goes. One of my best friends is having open heart surgery tomorrow. Please pray for her. Her name is Pam. We've been friends since kindergarten. Wow. And y'all still are friends. That's awesome. That's a true friend. And I understand about the open heart surgery thing because my dad just had it. My mom's had it. So it ain't, when they start working on your heart, it ain't no little thing. That's for sure. Without the brain and the heart, your body dies. So everybody add Pam to your prayer list. And let's see, who was it that wrote that? Nina, are you going to be up there at the hospital? I would assume you are. We will be doing old BAM weddings someday on the farm. Barn weddings, sorry. Barn weddings on the farm. That's so cool. Yep, that's the way to do it. 22. We got 22 in here now. There must not be nobody else live this morning. We usually get a split. If any of the other Patriots are live, we always get a split. Some are here, some are there. Oh no, you're not going to be able to go. Thank you for the hearts, whoever's pushing it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'd love to see. Now, I wonder if the hearts help with visibility in the stream or anything, like on the news feed on YouTube. What is the purpose of the hearts, Third? And Carol, what's the purpose of the hearts? I see them floating up. Hit the like button and the thumbs up and 100, and you guys are going crazy on the little button. Carol says, I don't know for sure. Well, this is something that just started here recently, like within the last, a month and a half. They have put the heart button up there. And if you're trying to read the chat, though, it does get in the way. And then Carol swears up and down that you can push on it and it'll clear it out, but it hasn't done it. All it does is open up a bigger window that has a heart and a 100 and all this other stuff. Third says, I don't know if they do anything that's neat. You can see them in StreamYard. You can't see them in Prism. No, I don't see them on StreamYard. I got my backup phone. I see them on YouTube. As far as I know, I didn't notice them. Next time somebody hits some of them, I'll see if I see them on StreamYard. I have been brain dead for years. Slim, just living around Charlene will probably give you that condition. I love you. I love you, Charlene. I don't have it today. I usually have the heart. Huh. Yeah, they're not coming up on StreamYard. But when you're on a mobile and it's there, it gets in the way of the live stream. As far as the chat, especially if somebody's got a chat up there that's pretty lengthy, that heart will hide all the end words, all the words at the end of the sentence for about 3, 4 lines. How many ever lines it is, it's going to block it. All right. Yeah, well, I'm sure he does. I got to make sure now that I took my hat off that I don't put my head in where y'all can see it, because I snatched it off my head. I know darn well my hair is way out of whack. That's what I do when I'm having a bad hair day. I'll just pull a hat on my head. The score on the kids' softball game. Wow. Again, on my actual fire is small. The fire is smoldering. You right now, you don't even see actual flame, but I bet you that joker's hot. And then when you get back, Carol, you can tell us who's winning the game. Me and Daddy are trying to figure out the cheapest way to get him where he can watch the Braves. But I think it's the Sports South channel that covers all the games is like ridiculously expensive per month. Some of it is and some of it's not. It's a mixture. And it's just a mixture. But I think it was Sports South or something to that nature, or ESPN or something, but they want like $80 a month for that daggum thing. I was like, y'all have lost your mind. But to get the Braves, we're trying to figure out the cheapest subscription we can get him where he can actually catch local baseball. There goes a deer. That deer came out of the hardwood bottom and he's crossing over to the corn trail. Oh, well, shoot, there's two already out there. They must have come from the left. There's 3 deer out there this morning. Y'all should be able to see them. Let's see. Maybe not. Or maybe you can. 3 does. We got 3 does standing out there. Let me see if I can get them to let you look at them. Y'all gonna bump around a minute. Hold on. Let me flip y'all around. Let's see. Can y'all see the deer standing out there? Because you can't zoom in on when you got StreamYard. And if I get up, they're going to run. But there's 3 of them out there. I can barely see them. I can see them better from here than I can anywhere else. I'm not going to flip it back around. My granddaughter was offered to go with 4 others and 3 professors in May to go to Germany. I'm scared to let her go. Or are you scared for her to go? Well, Friday night, my husband hit 2 deer, and thank God it did not damage to my van. I'm surprised that it did not tear it up. One will tear a vehicle up. Yeah, they've got all these people coming to all these places, all these states are getting an influx of immigrants, and I don't know if it's happening elsewhere, if it's just the U.S., but I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in no country. I don't know. Being in America don't even sound safe right now. So, and my mom was telling me that Hamas and Israel are fixing to go to war. And all hell is breaking loose up there. So, yeah, traveling too far. I've never been on an international flight. I don't think I want to go on one. Now is not the time to fly out of the U.S. That's like Deuce's mom. She travels. She is a what do you call it? Damn, my mind this morning. When you go to other countries and you preach the gospel and you introduce Bibles and stuff like that to the people, and for some reason the word's just not on the tip of my tongue this morning. Berlin. Did anyone watch Joe or Josh in San Antonio yesterday showing what the Catholic Charities are doing? What is the Catholic Charities doing? I did not. What is the Catholic Charities doing, Tracy? Charlene says, I hate saying it, but I don't recommend it. We lived in Germany, and my girlfriend is still there, and it said it's not the same as it used to be. He slammed on the brakes. One went up in the air and to the left, and one flew to the right. It was crazy. Yep. 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 You hit a deer. I'm surprised it didn't total your vehicle. And then you got 2 injured deer on the side of the road that ain't good. So either way, it's crazy. I tell you what I can do, y'all. I'll turn y'all towards flags. I'll get y'all where y'all can see the flags this morning since I flipped the camera around. Show y'all Charlene's flag she sent. There's one of them. That's the We the People, the Second Amendment flag. Yep, there they are. There is the. Is she a missionary? Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Good morning, Uno. And yeah, she is, and her husband both have been doing it for some time. And they'll go over there and they'll make sure that they have what they need and they're exposed to just the right things and things of that nature. So she's traveled a little bit of everywhere. So Nina says, God has control of the situation. We were shocked when there was no damage. I know, right? Because I've seen, there comes another one. That's 4. I guess that's 4. I see 3, I think. We got 3 deer out there in the path. And yeah, they will. It's like hitting a dog, a big dog. It's like, or even a cow or something, plowing into it with a vehicle. It would be horrible. Y'all see the flags that Charlene sent me? Both of them looking good. There ain't no wind this morning too much, so they're not moving. But we've had wind. We've had a lot of it. Yeah, 2 yearlings and a mama is out there just to eating. Them babies get in that sweet feed. I don't know, when you hit a deer with a car, most of the time you damage so much of it that you don't want to keep it. But I don't think now here in Georgia, I don't think they care if you pick a deer up off the side of the road that just got hit and take it home. But you still have to deal with the meat not being that great. I just couldn't think of the name of it this morning. Any other time I could have. They do some good work. I know that. Shoot, everybody down here. I know my dad's ready for hunting season to begin. Bow and arrow season is in here, but actual firearms not yet. Smoke's coming back on my face. Ugh. The cool thing about sitting out here watching the deer is that you get to watch them grow too. From being a spotted yearling to being a half-grown deer and then a grown deer. We have a great group now. Yeah, we usually do pretty good. That might have been Runt that was out there instead, because whoever it is walking off from the food, and a mom and one of the yearlings is still here, so that might have been baby Runt. And if it is, he's gaining weight finally. It's about time. Nina says, Kathy, he didn't kill them. They were standing beside the road and ran out. He slammed on the brakes and hit them. They flew up in the air, took off running in the woods. Yeah, but they could very easily go out there and die somewhere, depending on the damage that was done to the deer. Trying to keep my head out of the smoke. 23. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We got 23 in chat. Slowly but surely, the numbers are coming up. And on a good day, we do pretty good. Now, when people are at work and things of that nature, the numbers are slower. But on the weekends, I can usually pull a pretty good group in here. Cactus, it looks like, just went live. Let's see. Kathy says that, well, actually, I'm waiting on her text to come up because it's lagging on the backup phone. How come that message? Here you call it in. They give you a tag to take it home. If you don't want it, they take it to feed people in jail. Yeah. But if you have a deer population, it's almost impossible at some point not to almost hit one or to hit one. Because when you hit a deer with the headlights, it blinds them. They can't see. And a lot of times I'll stop still in the road and just let them get where they're going to go. And I have had them run smack dab into my car. That's exactly why I haven't called to check on him, because the last I heard, he was still in the Philippines. And I don't want to call him with him being overseas. So, and my dad warned me and Deuce when we left Atlanta to head to Burleson about seeing deer in Alabama. And you better believe we saw some deer on that trip. And I'm talking about flocks of them. A bunch of deer. We saw a bunch of deer. And when you're driving at night, you better be careful going through these country areas, especially if they got a lot of deer out. They're pretty amazing to sit here and watch, though. That's what's so cool about it. If you sit here and watch them, it's interesting to watch them. You learn a little bit about their behaviors and their patterns and things of that nature. And they're beautiful animals. So, but my dad fed us for many years on deer. So, and if it's prepped right, it's good meat. Carol should know when Santa's coming back. She keeps pretty close ties on him. It was really strange seeing him in the environment, but he looked relaxed. Yeah. Now, I've never had elk, but deer meat I've had. I've grown up on it. So, to come in to get you some water? That might be Runt that I'm seeing right there. I don't know. He's about the only one that I see drink out of the water trough. Good morning. Beautiful deer out here this morning. I wish I could turn the camera around where you guys could see it, but the camera, I don't know, the live stream just don't do it justice. Never had elk meat. Um, I tried one time. It's like my dad, when he was little, they used to have slingshots and then they got BB guns. And my dad's used to eating squirrel and bird and things like that. And I guess I'm spoiled because if it ain't bought in the grocery store, I hadn't been eating it. Are you serious? That would be so funny. Here comes another baby deer. Well, I guess more than one knows about the water being there because all of them are drinking it this morning. I had my corn and now I want some water. Santa in the Philippines, that would be hilarious. I've been watching a lot of his shorts. They're so funny. I got this personality that I watch on YouTube. Her name is Billie Joe, BILLIEJO, and she is hilarious. And what she'll do is she likes to dance around a lot on the camera, but not only that too, she will take when somebody puts a comment up there, she'll do a short with just the comments alone and her responding to them. So it's funny. Nina says, I put on 2 pairs of glasses and I still can't see the deer. Yeah, that's because I hadn't got the camera pointed towards them. It looks like nope, there, she's still there. I was going to say, it looks like the mama deer's run off, but she's behind a tree where I can't see her. But there's one over here to the left, a baby deer to the left. And now that they're all growing and they're eating acorns and corn every day, it's hard to tell runt from the rest of them. So, but I don't know if that's runt that's right here to my left or not. It's a small deer. Doesn't seem to be with the doe that's out here. So runt's usually by itself. I tell you the easiest way. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Runt. When the other deer goes off, I'll see if I can get close enough that you guys can see him. Run will run, but he won't run with me right. He won't run unless I get really close. One day I was trying to run him off, and shoot, that deer sat there and circled around me the whole time I was out there. I didn't realize it until later, but yeah, he was out there watching me, and I probably got about 6 foot from him before he moved. Yeah, I think they are too. I love them. I missed having a flag entirely too much when I moved because my good flag, Deuce has still got it. He's got my flagpole and everything. So, well, the big deer just left. So, see that? Well, I'm showing buffering on my backup phone, but I'm not seeing it on the stream. So, I don't know what's going on there. I quit. I got you. Finally quit. They would be prettier if the wind was blowing around here, but it's not. That American flag that's on the left, it is actually not sheer or satiny like that Second Amendment flag is that Charlene sent. So that American flag is heavier, and it takes a strong wind to get that joker up in the air. Four seconds. Okay. Carol, do you know if Santa got back yet? We have no wind this morning. And if it is, it ain't much. I see a little breeze kicking up now. Now all the deer's gone. But about a week before I go up there, Shirlene, if you and me will touch base, if I haven't done it yet, you need to push me to download AccuWeather so I can see the extended forecast. I have no idea what Nana's doing. She's in the house.
I'm gonna just shove all this tinfoil in the microwave.
Yeah, so you can blow the microwave up. I don't think so. You can't eat this late. Just wait. When Grandpa and them get back, we'll probably be eating soon thereafter. So, you already had your biscuit and stuff, right?
No.
Your cornbread.
No. Yes.
My mom made this honey cornbread last night, y'all. I've had it one time. And if you think Jiffy cornbread is a good cornbread, you need to try this honey cornbread because it tastes almost like you're eating the underlying cake, not with the icing on it, but just like the cake itself, the cake part of the cake. The bread, it's just as sweet as a cake, and it is so good. But she had some leftover deer steak, and she made a batch of biscuits. And we had deer steak biscuits yesterday morning for breakfast, and it was good. You can't eat fried deer steak, and it not be good anyway. You have to be a bad cook to mess it up. So, me and Deuce took some deer with us when we went to Texas, so we had about 6 or 7 bags of it in the freezer that Dad had gotten from here. And the meat was just, even there, when you cooked it, it was awesome meat. Eletta says, I've been making cornbread in the waffle iron, like a dessert with butter and honey. Cool. I had never thought of that, but I bet it'll work. I make lacy cornbread sometimes. I made some when I was in Texas. It was really good. Yep, that's it. That's the way it goes. 2 ingredients, self-rising flour and heavy whipping cream. That heavy whipping cream is what gives it that flavor. But you get the box. It comes in a box. So when you get into the meal section where the cornmeal and stuff like that is at the grocery store, look for it. It's called honey cornbread. Let me see if I can find the one that my mom gets. I'll show y'all a picture of it. It's in a yellow box. Yep, that's it. This is it right here. The way y'all are facing, I don't know if I can show it to you. That's the box right there. And you talking about some good cornbread. Chili on top of cornbread? Yuck. Yep, they are. They're getting more expensive. Everything's getting expensive. We're going to get to a point where we can't, we're not going to be able to buy anything that we used to. Because me and my dad were talking about that yesterday. I told him, I said, you can't take $300 or $350 to the grocery store now and come back with the stuff that you used to come back with. And then the letter says, you used to buy Jiffy for $3 now almost $1 a box. Jiffy cornbread's gotten high. Everything's gotten high. And if you go to If you're trying to stock up, it makes it even harder because of how expensive the groceries have gotten. But, you know, because of what my mom has done over the years, honestly, and all the amount of jarring and stuff that she's done over the years, I guarantee you that when it comes down to it, there's no telling how much food she's got put up. So, and I've never been able to do that, but she does. Good morning, Carrie. How you doing? I'm late. I'm late. Carrie, you're still coming down to Florida, right? Or you're still coming to the greet, right? No changes there? Because I can't wait to spend some time with you. I'm looking forward to meeting you face to face. It's different when you only know somebody in chat. I can't wait to meet everybody. I think Charlene's going to be the only one that I'm not Charlene. Aruba's going to be the only one that I have already met face to face. Okay, so there it is. And that's only because we met in Texoma. Yeah, that's what Carol says. Carrie, better late than never. Are you guys just not getting your notifications, or what's the deal? Because I have had to go and turn my notifications off, or either down to unsubscribing to the channel and then resubscribing and then hitting the notification bar to make sure I got them. You will be there. That's good. I can't wait. Nina says, I'm in a position where I'm feeding my family on $300 a month. It's not easy, but a lot of planning and doing without a lot. That's it. You never get notifications. You need to check that. They probably turning them off because of the Patriots. You know, if you're a Patriot, they don't want to hear from you. They don't want nobody to know you're live either. But I was telling the chat this morning, if you want to watch an interesting YouTube channel, check into the YouTube channel. And Third already put the link in there one time. And I don't know if she's still here, but if she could pop it back in there, it's called In the Rabbit Hole. In the Rabbit Hole. And it goes through a lot of the old history and is bringing up stuff that you know, the history books are just not giving us an accurate account about, because you know they've lied about our history. So I've done everything and you still can't get the notifications. That sucks. Gator, good morning. How you doing this morning? We still at 20. See, YouTube's not giving me my it's not giving me my amount of people in here. That's driving me crazy. I see it at the bottom, but it usually has it on the top. How you feeling, Gator? I'm just sad that Carol and Lady Buckeye are not coming. Not even just hiding it, but when that, I mean, they've got stuff about Hitler on there. They've got stuff about the Titanic and JP Morgan. Just so much information's on there, which some of it I was already knowledgeable of because I would come across it on other sites. But YouTube is so bad about censoring the truth, so you have to be careful. And then when you're watching it now, they have channels up.
Taste it. It's not hot. Trust me. Trust me.
Turn it around and let me see. Nope, they're flaming hot. You can
No,
keep it.
they're not.
Well,
They don't taste like flaming hot.
That's okay. You keep
It's
it.
salt and vinegar. It tastes like salt and vinegar. Trust me, please.
Not with all that red stuff on them.
Just try it. See?
Okay,
It's not hot.
you can have them. This child gonna bring me a bag of flaming hot chips and go, they're not hot.
They're not.
So AFIB. What is AFIB? You know, it amazes me how they have an ability to discredit so many people that was there when stuff happened. And that's just like when the Titanic sank. Shut the door. AFib. Okay, that's right. All right, now I see. I love geography and math. I hated math. That's right. That's what AFib is. Sometimes they have to shock your heart to get it back in sync. And see, when they did my dad's triple bypass, they said that was the main reason they did it is because he was I think it was AFib that he had, and where the heart was irregular, had an irregular beat. So I tell you what, when you start messing around with somebody's ticker, that's a whole different thing. So physical education, cool. You love PE. My favorite subject in math was probably it's a tie between biology and English. What is that? No time to wait. Let's see what that is. Oh, that's Carol's channel. Cool. Yeah, because they've got let's see, some of the it is. It's just smoldering. They ain't no sense in it's starting to warm up finally. They ain't no sense in catching it back up. Like, like they go into the Da Vinci Code on the rabbit hole. They go into let's see, a hidden city under Antarctica, the Matrix. Let's see, some stuff on NASA, Walmart. Walmart and the fact that a lot of people think they're going to wind up being FEMA camps. Three. Yep. They've got a thing on here about the Denver airport. Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac Killer, the Titanic, the space program, what's under Antarctica, the New World Order. Yeah, there's a lot of cool videos on this site, y'all. So, whew. Let me go back to the chat. Whoops. Where is my chat? Wait a second now. We got 19. There they are. There's my chat. Yeah, it's terrible. And what's bad is we can't help our kids with it because we're used to doing it the old way. Ever since they started putting computers and giving computers, which they did it here, they gave every student at the school a computer. And they use the computers more than they teach. So that's what that's about. Let me put some more small logs on the fire to get it caught back up, y'all. I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight. Daddy, is Mama in there getting ready to fix something to eat? That's good. I'm about ready to eat. The boys have ate, but I haven't.
We and they walk back up on the porch.
Yeah.
Up on the shelf over there.
Uh-huh.
I told Aiden, I said, somebody's cooking. I said, I don't know if it's grandma or somebody else.
Well, it ain't us.
He walked up on the porch and started in the door.
Uh-huh.
He said, that's Nana cooking.
she be smelling up the whole daggum yard and stuff when she cooks.
Well, that's why it smells good. You say you've been burning oatmeal then.
It smells good.
Yes, I love the smell of it.
I'm trying to get on the little.
One time I didn't.
Mom, if we go to jail, it's grandma's party. Let us rob the bank.
What?
I wouldn't burn up all that little wood.
Mom,
What?
don't yell at me. If I go to jail, he made us rob the bank.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Hey, now let him lock up you some short wood.
I will when I get the live stream down after breakfast and stuff. I'll do it. I got to get out of the smoke. I know that. And I move over here and it'll follow me. Yeah. It's pointed out towards the flags, huh? No. Nina Rice said smoke follows beauty, thank you. Nina, all the people in chat that said that the smoke follows beauty, Daddy's saying y'all fibbing. Let's see. In the 7th, what? What, Daddy? They wouldn't let you take automotives because you were a girl.
Are you burning the boards this morning or just all wood?
All wood. I haven't burned no boards. What boards?
Well, I didn't know if you scratched around over here found some more or not.
Nah. Charlene says, good morning, Papa Brewer.
Good morning, everybody.
He's speaking to everybody.
It ain't said shit.
Huh?
It ain't said shit.
One of them dropped the broom, it sounds like. Well, we finally got Aiden. I made Aiden clean the building this morning.
Don't mind I threw that ladder down. That's what fell.
Don't you think it'd have been heavier? Gator says, good morning, Papa Brewer. I don't know where y'all get that Papa Brewer from, but okay. He ain't old. He's still alive and kicking. That's a blessing. Jeanne says, good morning. Everybody's saying good morning. Dang it. Daggum smoke's killing me. I wish it'd make up its mind what it wants to do now. Carrie says, I told my teacher I couldn't curse. That's funny. Okay, so I got a question for y'all. The mystery pot that I was going to do is actually very close. I'm very close to having everything I need for it. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think we should make the biggest pot I got, which is a 12-inch pot? Do you think we should use that to make the mystery pot? Or do you think we should use the 10-inch pots? Nina says, I have to say hi to Papa too. Of course you do. You get to talk to him on the phone, Nina, though. You and Charlene get to talk to him all the time. You? Because they like you. Because they like you. How old is your dad? Can I ask? Lee Bart says she wants to know how old you are.
32 going on 70.
32 going on 70. He's 69, y'all. Okay. I may have to get another 12-inch pot then, because
Well, like I said, I'm just an old man. That's all I am.
you're dad to me.
I ain't worth a flip for nothing.
Well, that depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask. I think you're pretty damn special myself, but that's just me. I think I'm biased, though. Is it being biased? Yeah, he was born in 1954, August 24th. Do y'all think it's biased that if I think my dad's pretty special, is that being biased? Yeah, Uncle Rod's older than you? Okay. His brother was also born on August 24th, but there's 2 years separating them. His brother was born in 52. Nina says, no, it's not biased. And Carrie says, no. But yeah, that's all right. I don't care. I don't care if it's biased or not. I'm just going to have to be biased. I was a Big Daddy's girl. I love him so much. Yep. I was born in 73. I'm like, woo, y'all are all in the 50s. I was born in 73. That's why I enjoy mine each and every day. I do.
How many folks you got in there this morning?
Okay, YouTube says right now we have 18. Yep, that's what's in there, 18. We had 24 earlier, but we got 18 in here now, which is pretty good. Slowly, we're creeping up slowly. We got 383 subscribers to the channel. Now we got 19. Somebody popped in here. I never got to know my dad. He committed suicide when I was 4. That is so sad.
Those 2 from Eaton, have they come in that you know of?
I haven't seen them, but we'll see. I still think that when the spring gets here, that I may go and talk to the guy up there at the store to see if I can sit out there and make pots. And what I might do is work on stocking up my pots through the winter. And then when it warms back up, go back out there, because it's going to be real hard to make a pot in the wintertime and get everything to stick. So Nina says, I was a freshman in high school in 1973. Angela, you're still a baby. I'm fixed to be 50 years old, so I don't think that's being a baby. But I am a lot younger than some of you. But you know what? I don't care. Age is just that. It's just a number. Well, in 1963, so I guess Carol and I are the 2 babies here. You were born the year Kennedy was shot. And Lee says, I got married in 1975. Carrie said, huh? Right. Yeah, because I was born in 73, so I don't know when they actually got married, but which is what year was that? 74. Okay, so Daddy got married in 1972. You know what? That's the thing. It doesn't really matter. The best thing that you can do for yourself is actually to sit down. It doesn't matter how old you are, but if you'll sit down and talk to somebody older than you that has been through things that you've never even thought about going through, they can tell you things that you didn't know. Second marriage in 75.
That's the when do they think the good old days were? Now or when they were young?
Okay, so Dad says he wants to know if you think the good old days is present day or was it when you were growing up? What would you consider the good old days? When you grew up or now? YouTube's got 21. StreamYard's got 20. So I don't know which one's accurate. Aletta says growing up by far. Jeanne and Aletta both said it, huh?
It's gonna be bad when Chris and Aiden get out and say, well, this was our good old days. Look at the shit we going through.
Yvette said growing up. Yep, that's it. Carol, 95-year-old neighbor. That's how you find out stuff. No, they were talking about, no, she's got a neighbor that's 95. She does. That's what she was just saying. I love sitting back and talking to my 95-year-old neighbor. Charlene said, I love the 70s and the 80s. And Lee Bart says, growing up is by far the best of times. Yeah, because even my kids, that's what Daddy was just saying. They think it's so bad being teenagers and being kids, and wait till they have to get grown and actually have grown up problems and be responsible for yourself. It's a whole different ballgame. I got my pilot's license in 1972. A pilot's license? You used to drive a plane or fly a plane?
Say you don't drive a plane, you fly it.
Would you hush?
I hope they're good at it.
Why don't you come over here and join the chat then? Now, were you a military pilot or were you commercial pilot? That is so cool. You learn something new in chat every daggum day. I had no idea you knew how to fly a plane. That's what I'm finding out now. I asked her, did she do commercial or was she military? Or private, yeah. Private pilot. She was a private pilot. Cool. We have 5 people, excluding myself and Charlene and Slim, coming to the that's coming to the Florida retreat. So that's gonna be fun. What? Are you crazy? I ain't wearing 3 layers of clothes and then gonna land in Florida and heat to death.
Take them off.
I'm gonna pack a suitcase like normal folks.
Get you 3 outfits, right? Get the boys 3 outfits, right? Then you put both stuff in the bag off.
Slim and I were married in 1981. Our honeymoon was a few years long. Jeanne says, go pick Angela up and bring her butt to Maryland. I'll let you do that if you want to do it, Jeanne. We can do it someday. You could fly to Atlanta. I can meet you in Atlanta and we'll take off. Or you can drive to Atlanta. They talking about me going to Maryland.
How about going to Atlanta?
She's a telling GN to come and pick me up and take her, and both of us come up to Maryland. GN is Texas. GN, aren't you in Texas?
Get on the airplane.
I'm just telling you what Nina said. Carrie says we are cooling down here in the second week of October. So you guys are expecting cold weather next month.
I'm ready to throw down over there and finish this cup of coffee down on the forward.
Nina, Charlene says she's coming with us. It's going to be 5, not 3, y'all. It's going to be 5. My last check ride and physical was in 1981. Cool. Yeah, I was telling Daddy, he asked me yesterday afternoon, he said, are you seriously thinking about going to Maryland? He was like, or were you just talking? I'm like, no. I was like, she's on my case to go to Maryland. I was close to you when I was up at the lawn. Yeah, that's right. There's going to be 5 at least. Nina ain't ready for all the Patriots to pile up in her house. Yeah, because I got 2 boys that have to go with me. Here is 45. I wish they would. I wish everybody would show up. Change your mind and come on down, right? Nina says, Charlene, I have to find somewhere for a 120-pound German Shepherd to stay. She does not like strangers. Oh, wow. That's crazy. The skies started to fill up. The skies started to fill up then, too much air traffic and long waits to land, right? Let's see. I'm waiting. 2-inch one's not as friendly. What?
Get the TV.
No, you're not going to just take the TV from your brother. Phew, there ain't no way. Other than getting on an airplane, my tail is not fixed to get in the air.
So you're not gonna get on a helicopter?
The only way I would fly on a helicopter is if I was in critical condition and didn't care. Oof. I tell you what, I'm fixing to end this live because this smoke is killing me. We're down to 12 people. I'm going to go ahead and everybody finish up your conversations, and we're going to call it in the morning. You guys take care and have a blessed day. And I love each and every one of you. Enjoy your next week coming up. And I will see you guys in a couple of days, I'm sure. Y'all take care. I love each and every one of you.